Welcome to the world of Padlet. Padlet is a simple and wonderful resource for the classroom in that it is a central place for student and teacher collaboration. Padlet can be used a million ways, especially for brainstorming and assessment activities. The first step to using Padlet is to go to Padlet.com and create an account by clicking Sign Up here. So what is a Padlet? A Padlet is actually just a wall that you can post on and your students can post on, and you can actually have discussions and collaborate on this wall, and it is established by you and created virtually, and then your students can click on it and add their thoughts as well. You have the choice to sign up either with Google or Facebook or with your email. Then click I'm Beautiful and sign up. I log into Padlet. Padlet will bring me directly to my homepage and show me my dashboard. And the dashboard will show me any recent activity or updates that have been added to my Padlet. Next is the actual Padlet area. So if I click here, this will show me any Padlets that I've created, shared, or contributed to, or even any Padlets that I've liked. Next is the activity page, and this will show me any activity that's gone on any of my Padlets. So if students add to a Padlet or delete a comment, it will show up on this activity page. And then Padlet allows you to have a place where you can have a quick grab of any attachments that you use on your Padlet, and that goes for any backgrounds or photos that you might use on your Padlet. And what's neat about Padlet is that you can actually take pictures from your drive or from your phone photo album, and you can integrate them into a Padlet. You can make them the background of your Padlet, or you can integrate them into your actual Padlet post. Finally, Padlet allows you to see any people that have collaborated on a Padlet that you have created, and that is here under the Collaborators tab. The last thing I want to show you is just in settings. You can go in and change any of your Padlet settings, so your avatar, your username, your password, the standards, but you can also change the language of your Padlet. So if you go down here, you scroll down to language and you click English, you'll be able to change that language to any of these languages that are listed in this box here. I'm going to go back up to English. And it will keep that as your default until you change it. And then I'm going to click Update. So let's actually create a Padlet together. And I am going to be creating a Padlet about the first day of school. And I'm going to start off the discussion, and I would like students to tell me about what happened on their first day of school and how they felt about it. And to start my Padlet, I'm going to click up here where it says New. And I have a choice of selecting different ways for my information to be organized on my Padlet. So I can choose one of these. So wall, canvas, stream, grid, and shelf are our options. And you can actually play around with these or take a peek here. There are several templates from which you can use. I'm actually going to pick the wall layout, and it's going to start my Padlet. Now what Padlet will do is it will automatically choose a background for you. You don't have to keep that background, and it will name your Padlet and give your Padlet a description just randomly. So it's calling my Padlet here My Exquisite Wall Made with a Warm Hug. So of course I'm going to change that, and I do that all over on the right hand side of my screen where it says Modify. And I'm going to change my title simply by clicking here, and I'm going to change that to First Day of School Wrap Up. And my description is going to be, please share your thoughts, experiences, and feelings about the first day of school. Next, I want to change my wallpaper because essentially what Padlet is just a giant wall for you and your students to post on. And right now it has skipping stones available to me, but I'm going to click more. I can make the background a picture that I've integrated into Padlet, but I'm going to just show you, let's see, scroll down to some of the school ones, the Blackboard one. So if I click on that, it will automatically change my Padlet background. To add my own, I can click here, and I can paste a link to a photo that I found on Google, or I can drag and drop from my device. So if I want to put a picture of my class into the Padlet as the background, I can do that. If I'm writing about a Padlet about the United States of America, I could click and drop a map of the United States of America. So I'm going to quickly show you how to grab a link and paste the link to a photo here so that you can have it be your background. So I just found a classroom picture on Google, and I'm just going to grab this link and copy it and then go back to Padlet, and I'm going to paste the link here, and it's going to ask me if it looks good. Once it loads, and I'm going to say yes, I'm going to say okay, and there you go. So another fun thing you can do with Padlet is integrate a GIF as the background of your Padlet. So to do that, you can go to any GIF website. I'm using Giphy.com. I found a classroom GIF, and I'm going to copy the link. And I'm going to get the GIF link here. So just kind of a fun way to integrate a GIF into your Padlet. So I've actually gone and changed my wallpaper back to my original classroom image that I chose before. And just note that once you've added wallpaper to a Padlet, it will automatically be part of your choices in the future. I'm going to scroll down now and show you a few other things that you can do before I share my Padlet, because it's just about ready. So I can change some of these settings down here, the ability to allow viewers to comment on posts, and then I can also allow reactions to post on my Padlet. So reactions include a grade, a star, a like, or an upvote. And then I can also tag my Padlet so it's easier to find for both my students and for me. And then here is the address of my Padlet. That's going to be available to me when I go to share it in a moment. So I'm going to click next. And it's telling me that I need to review the privacy and invite people. So here are some of our privacy options. If you mark your Padlet as private, only you and the people you add as contributors can access the Padlet. If it's password protected, you will need your contributors to enter a password in order to add to the Padlet. The secret option is that anyone who has the link or QR code can access the Padlet, and it will not be visible in a Google search. And if it's public, it will be available if it's searched via a Google search engine, and anyone can access this Padlet. And then you can also change the accessibility of the Padlet, so anyone who has access can write on it right now, but you can also just make it read only. To add contributors to your Padlet, if you're not going to use a link, you can just enter an email or a username. So now how do I add to the wall? How do I add to my Padlet? To do that, I can click over here on this plus sign, and it will say that I can add to my Padlet by double clicking anywhere on the Padlet. And I can also drag files in, paste from a clipboard, or click here to post. So I'm just going to click, and it will take me right to the middle of my Padlet, and I can type in a title to my post. And when I have students posting on a Padlet, I usually tell them to just type their name as the title. And then students can actually type their response or their contribution to the Padlet in this box. So the first day of school. So with my Padlet post, I can add attachments, and I can enter text here, but I can also add a voice recording. I can add a short video. I can add any pictures or documents to my Padlet that I want to do. And so what you'll see is when you click on one of these attachments, it pops up an add attachment box, and you can add your attachment as, just like with the background, as a link from the web, or you can choose a file from your device or take a photo from your webcam. So just like you did with the background, you can do the same for your Padlet post. So students could choose a voice recording file or a little video of themselves, and they could post that on the Padlet. And of course, if you didn't want to do that, you could just have text. So I'm just going to show you what a picture looks like, and it will ask me if it looks good, and I'm going to click OK, and it will add that to my Padlet post. So the first day of school was great. I enjoyed reading the first chapter of Lion Witch Wardrobe. So that's an example of me making a post to my own Padlet. Now, how do I share this with my students? So if I go up here, I can click Share, and this will allow me to check over my people and privacy settings. Right now, it is public, but I want to do it as a secret Padlet and only allow those with the link to have access with that. And what I'm going to go to now is click here, Share, Export, or Embed. And it is giving me a few options. So you're able to view it on the on a mobile phone, and it will give you this QR code here to scan, which is kind of neat. Which you can also print that code here. But then you have the option to copy. The link to the Padlet. And you can post the link via email, and you can post the link via email to a website or blog. You can actually embed it into your blog or website. You can email it, share it on Facebook or Twitter, and then you can export your Padlet as an image, a PDF, or you can print your Padlet, which is kind of neat. But I'm going to copy the link to this Padlet, and it's telling me that it copied the Padlet URL to my clipboard. So then I can go to an email, or I can go to my website and then just paste that link there, and then all students need to do is click on the link to get into my Padlet. So once your students have the link or have access to the Padlet, they can post away, and what will happen is you will be able to see all of their Padlet posts as they pop up here on your background. So I hope you enjoyed learning about Padlet. It's a great tool to use in the classroom, and like I mentioned before, the possibilities with it are endless.